Hi and welcome. I am Sherry Anshara and I am so excited to be here with you, and I'm so excited to share with you information. And by the way, if any of you have any questions along the way, please feel free to put some questions in there, and if I can answer it, we will, or we'll figure it out together. Anyway, I'm so grateful to be part of this project. I'm chapter 21. And you know, two and one is three. And actually, that represents the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. How funny it is, we're coming on to Easter. It also represents creativity and communication and childlike. And the more childlike that we are in here, the more exciting it is for all of us. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what it is that working at the cellular level is. And by the way, for any of you out there, I'm actually doing an event with Dr. John Murphy in June, and we are looking for participants who'd like to speak or be a sponsor or have a table. So if you're interested, you just get in touch with me. I have all the information on there. You have to look in there. So what we're going to talk about is getting your answers in 10 minutes. How can you do that? Because your body is the intelligence and intellect inside of you. It really, really is. Your brain is this fabulous computer, but if we're only using half of it. And so what I've done in creating the Anshara method of accelerated healing, even abundance, because as a medical intuitive and intuitive business coach, we have to look at our wordology as our biology. So emotional and mental and physical and spiritual and financial, all those words mean the same thing. Where do we internalize this? How do we internalize it? And does it create blocks in our lives? So we've all been brought up on belief systems, and I love this one. We all have belief systems. So what's the first letter of the word belief? The first letter of the word system, S, you know what I mean? And it's not judging any, but some of those belief systems can really shut us down. They can really take us down, and then we don't know all the time through our computer brain what is occurring. So in getting your answers in 10 minutes, I've laid out some really wonderful tips in this on how to very strategically and very empathically and intuitively follow that intelligence intellect in your body. And it really is to support you, because you know what? You really are the one that heals yourself. And that's the best part. When you get in touch and really connected inside yourself, it really is, it's just not describable in words. Even the word healing or healer or whatever can always be described. Hi, Teresa, because you are the one that's doing it. So in this getting your answers in 10 minutes, that is the Anshara method of connecting you to the core, to the actual origination point within you. And that's a continuum. That is a continuum. And so if you look at some of the repeated patterns of individuals, there's a famous actress, not wronging her, who kept marrying the same guy 8 times. And some of her besties, and this is not about gender, but happened to be gender challenged, and they were the same profile. And so when you start identifying some of these things, it makes such a difference in your life, because my favorite word in the English language, in any language, and I've actually worked with individuals, I didn't even speak their language, we had an interpreter, and they were able to still get the resolution at the origination point of their trauma, their drama, or whatever it is. So actually in this experience, how did I come to that? Well, actually, I've had 5 near-death experiences, and that was my best education ever. I got my PhD, my mastery, and whatever. I'm only kidding. So, but the fact is that I learned so deeply from those experiences, especially, well, actually I had my first one when I was 3, and I stopped breathing because, you know, I'm sure there are many of you out there in what you do, who you are, where you're being, you're saying to yourself, do I belong here? What am I doing on this planet? what the heck is going on? And you could have been the black sheep or the white sheep of the family. This is not gender or color. It's just, and my mom would say to me in her wordology, Sherry, where'd you come from? So we all have these innate abilities within us, and that is guided by our intuition. And intuition is just natural. It's the gut feeling. And so in this one experience that I had in 1991, I was 15 feet underwater, upside down in the Connecticut River in a drunk's car. And for those who remember way back when, Chappaquiddick, it wasn't a Kennedy. I was actually helping. I don't help anymore. I assist people, a different change in resonance. And so I had a broken neck and a broken back and a smashed head and a brain out of place that I didn't know at the time. And so I was told, by the usual protocol, not wronging anybody or the medical field. And by the way, I work with a lot of doctors who come to me as clients and also refer their patients and their families. And so it just didn't sit right with me that I would have a life of being crippled, or I wouldn't be viable. I would be in a lot of pain. I'd be on drugs. And and when they said the word painkiller, well, I don't want to put a killer in my body, really clear about language. And so from that experience, and though this is the best part, honestly, I lost everything. I was a very successful businesswoman. I was even sued for alimony. Is that cool? Very good. This is no judgment or blame. But in my own self, I said there had to be something else that I can heal myself. And I didn't set out to heal anybody. I'm not going to do that. I didn't set out to do anything for anybody at that moment. What I did was I set out to find something within my own self where I could get well and healthy, because health is our wealth. It just is. Health is our wealth. So along the way, if any of you have any questions, please pop them up there. I'm happy. So I discovered within myself that there was such a thing as called cellular memory. Now, can you imagine what, and I've actually authored 5 books and working on a 6th one. And it's about DNA. And I'm just going to go to the pop stand because I'm going to call it DNA the myth. But anyway, back to this. So what I did was, there had to be. So when I got to this idea of cellular memory, that the memory is clear, like the heart cells know what to do, and the circulatory system, the lymphatic system, all of the systems, digestion. Why are we getting sick? Why was I told that I would be crippled in a mess? Now, remember, my brain's out of place. That's where intelligence is supposed to be, right? Not so much. So anyway, by the way, subsequently, I was actually studied at the University of Arizona. And they came to the conclusion, this is not about me, that I was genius. I go, really? Well, my brain's out of place. That sounds kind of dumb to me without judging it. But I was onto something, though in 1991, no one believed me. So I'm going to show you some pictures here. These are actually 8 years old. And this is one of my clients. Do you see that? Those are, and any of the nurses or whatever, these are icky cells. These are sick cells, sick, S-I-C-K, sick illness. This is overweight. This is fibromyalgia. This is inflammation. I can go down the line. And working with this client, this is what the cells look like in 3 months. In 3 months, without supplements, without medication, because this is belief systems. I have it because my family has it, or I'm going to get it, or I'll always be this way. And this is about believing in yourself. Believing. That changes the resonance. Now, everybody says we're frequency and vibration. Hi, Kira. Hi, Wind. Hi, Teresa again. It really is the truth that within you, you have this incredible knowledge, cellular memory. And the cellular memorization are all those belief systems, those programmings that actually lower the resonance. See, frequency and vibration is just a byproduct. That's all it is. And what I actually teach others, and by the way, we're going to be doing some facilitator training and train the trainers probably by the end of this year, and I'm so excited. But anyway, when we get to it, your body knows what to do. We just have to have the avenues. And that's why I wrote Getting Your Answers in 10 Minutes. And it doesn't mean it cuts out your practitioners. I have massage therapists, I have reflexologists, I have a naturopath, I have doctors. So what we do is now we start teaming it, because your body is a team of information in your cells. So I'm going to show you something else. This is this was a person that I absolutely adore, and we became friends. And this was all emotional. Do you know that all disease is based on emotions? Look at that. Isn't that like icky? And she said, this is what happens. Look at the change. But this is what she looks like now, and even better, if you can see that without the light. Is that fabulous? So the intelligence and intellect went from this, ooh, yucky, yucky, to this. Look at the difference. Your body is so intelligent, it knows everything. And what happens is that cellular memorization, so we can be affected, affected, and infected. And so we do create trauma dramas in our life. Hey, I did 5 near-death experiences. They were the best. But the reason I did it, I would get frustrated. We all get frustrated. I just get like irritated. And don't we get irritated? But what I discovered from these experiences is this key. This is the key, is called NEO, non-emotional observer. So when you begin to observe, that's quantum physics in action. And when you begin to observe yourself, you can now observe outside. So here is an incredible tip. Honestly, I live by this every day, and I'm treated well. So this, I have Sherryism. So here's a great Sherryism. How I'm treated, how I am treated is how I give people permission to treat me. And there's so much victimhood going on this planet right now, and you don't have to be a victim no matter what anybody says. So you can even agree to disagree. And this is the Sherryism I say to myself every day when I get up. And you're welcome to take it, and you can name it your name. It doesn't matter. And so this is one of the things that I love. Oh, Karen, thank you. Remember, how you're treated is how you have people permission to treat me. And people treat me really, really, really well, because I treat myself well, but I treat them well. So here's my other one. What I say, so you can say it, what I say makes my day. And what I say can make or break someone else's day. So when you choose your words wisely and they have a resonance, just your very presence creates this atmosphere, this environment of what we could call healing. But it really is connectedness. I love that 3, that it's communication, and what did they say here as I looked it up? Creativity. And it's the childlike. It's that heart within us. So what I do is actually assist people to get into their heart. Your heart is the highest, most resonance, most expanded. Actually, I don't even like highest and lowest. It's the most expanded resonance in your body. Not because I say so, because it's been tested. It's actually been tested. In the brain, not so much. And so when you are in that resonance, your body knows the joy. So here's the difference between happiness and joy. To me, it doesn't have to be to you, but happiness is a new pair of shoes. Oh God, I love shoes and jewelry. I do. I love it. But joy is the resonance. See, I can be happy every time I wear that new pair of shoes until it's old because I love them. But the fact is, the joy inside is a resonance, and no one can take that away from you unless you give it away. So I'm going to show you something. This is another dramatic one. Here's a gal that had diabetes. This is gangrene, so if you can see that. Isn't that awful? And guess what they're going to do? Cut it off. Amputate. This gal's a hairdresser. You can't be a one-legged hairdresser. It's impossible. This is actually 4 hours later. See that difference? 4 hours. Look at that. Look at the difference in the color. The skin is coming back. The nurses should get that. And everybody, anyway. So your body knows. And it was about not standing for her truth, because that was her female side. So in what I share the information or teach is that your female side is your creative side, and your male side, your right side, is your manifesting side. But it can also be your manifest, manufacturing, and manipulating side. We're not male bashing here. It's just the way it works. And so I actually love the process of showing people how to connect their left brain, right brain. So now, remember they studied me at the University of Arizona and my brain's out of place. And they said, wow, how can you have such a balanced brain? Because I balance the brain and my computer brain is not in charge of me. I use the full Monty, both sides, the creative side and the ability to manifest. And, when we get in this dualistic, what I call the dual system, that figure 8, which is really a BS program, because that's not how energy flows. Energy either flows in this wonderful wave, that's the particle wave, or energy flows like, and then you're going back and forth. And that infinity sign is really BS. So you know what I call it? Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again and again and again and again. And you don't have to. And we didn't come here. This is another blowing pop stance. We didn't come here for lessons, karma, and reincarnation. Honestly, we didn't, because those 3 words mean the same thing. Do over, do over, do over. However, if you like to do something over, then do it. But if it isn't serving you, if it's making you sick, if it's lowering your resonance, then you have to ask yourself, what am I doing? And by the way, I have as a free gift, if you go to my website at sherryanshara.com, and you can, you can get a private call with me for free. Actually, if you fill that out, I will be happy as the giveaway to do a 10, 15-minute call. It's amazing how fast you can get into your stuff and get rid of the stuff that's been stuffed in you, like stuffing. You don't have to have it stuffed anymore. And that's where we got, because I love explanations, and that's where we got the idea of the light body. That's why I love giving your answers in 10 minutes. It doesn't mean that you have the solution completely yet, but what you have is a resolution. And when you begin to have a resolution, it starts to resolve at your ion cellular level. And that makes such a difference in your experiences. Because why did we come here? We did not come to suffer. We did not come to sacrifice. We did not come into that figure 8 of, oops, I did it again and again and again. We really came here to be creative, to create the experiences we're choosing to create. I love it. So I'll give you an example. This was always my question growing up. If we were made in God's image, I'm not getting religious here. And what did God do in the beginning? He created, or she created, or whatever you want to call it, your source. So if you are in that, then that's what you came to do, to create and have lovely relationships. You didn't come here to suffer and sacrifice. That is a belief system. And you didn't come here for lessons. Like, how many lessons did you have to have? Me, I'm not kidding you. I was a proverbial a near-death experiencer, honest to God. People talk about it, that you keep doing stuff. I did it out of frustration. Did it hurt me? Well, that one in 1991 did. But I am so grateful for it, because it showed me how I can heal myself. And now I can share this information and this method. It's a method. It's tools that actually work. So you can see the difference in those cells. You can see the difference in that gal's legs. So everything is emotional, and every part of our body has stuck stuff, and it's called infected. So if you are affected, effected, and then infected, it festers. So when people come to me as a medical intuitive, they'll say, Sherry, I've been diagnosed with this. And I go, yeah, but when did it start? When did it start? Well, it could have been even in the womb, because we start taking on stuff from our parents. We're not wronging them. They did the best and worst they could with what they knew and didn't know, and we did the same. So if we stop blaming, which is be lame is crippled, and we start in this beginning within our own self, right here, centered in self instead of self-centered. Centered in self means you have to come first. Oh my God, come first. Are you kidding me? No. When you come first, when the plane's going down, the pilot says, take the oxygen first, because then you can assist others. If you don't, then everybody can go down. So this does not mean selfish. It means centered in self. And so in order to keep, people will say, don't you take on your client stuff or your family stuff? De nada, not anything. Because if I take it on, then I'm being responsible. I can be responsive, but I can't be responsible if someone's happy or miserable. I can't do that. Why would you like to do that? That's ridiculous. But in response, there's a difference. Here's a fabulous Anshara tool. When you begin to listen through your heart instead of heary through that computer brain, it makes all the differences in your world and theirs. And we don't have to fix anybody. You're not a tube of crazy glue. I'm giving you fabulous tools here. You do not have to fix. You can't. They're not broken. They might be goofy. And so the wonderful thing about the body, honestly, verifiably, this is not about me. It's about the method that I created to heal myself. So clients have come out of comas. They've gotten rid of stage 4 cancer. And I'll actually show you another picture. Let's see if I can cover up the face. This is cancer. See that? That is cancer. That is awful. This is about not speaking your truth. It was on her female side, and she couldn't speak her truth. And this is 4 days later. 4 days later, it did not metastasize. Look at that. Look at that difference in that body. 4 days later. Your body is so brilliant. It just knows everything. But unless we provide avenues for your body to express itself. And by the way, do you ever have pain in your body? Of course we do. You know that the body's pain is the body's attempt to get your attention. So what do? We cover it up, we mask it, we pretend. Or being in a relationship, oh, this is, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And it doesn't. And so we have to look at what is it that we are gleaning, not necessarily learning, but what is it that this is showing me, not necessarily teaching. Is sometimes it just like hits you right in the head. And this is what I call the boo, da, I got it. But you don't have to wait and wait. Do you know that a lot of people that I work with that have weight problems, W-E-I-G-H-T, it's from the W-A-I-T. They wait for something to change. You can't wait for a change. You create the change. You create the change. And if you don't choose to create the change, then don't. And healing is not just about getting rid of stuff. It isn't. Healing is about keeping stuff that serves you and using it as a tool. So remember, get these answers in 10 minutes. I'm going to give you another example. And it's not about me because I teach this for everyone in their own experiences. But here goes. The day I sold an airplane, I'm telling you, it was the best day of my life. It was better than, whoo-hoo, you know what I mean. It was the best day. Now, I'm not going to relive it, but what I used to do, it would take me 15, 20 minutes. Now I can do it in seconds. So if my energy drops a little bit and I get a little bit tired, we're human, I will ask my body, remember, not relive, but remember that day, that experience, that excitement, that wonderful, wonderful vibes that were flowing through me the day I sold. And I start at my feet and I go to my ankles and my calves and my knees and work all the way up through my body. And just before I can do it in seconds now, I am just in the best space. And my cells are smiling from the inside out. And that makes a difference. I know when I get tired, we all do. But when you have tools within you, and that's one of them that I use, it could be any kind of experience. It could be whatever it is for you. But the difference is you are now becoming in charge instead of control. You can't control anything. Here's a wordology. Control means the con of the troll inside your head. That isn't even your voice. I remember I would say, I'm never going to say this. My mother said it. Guess what? I said it. Oh, no. That's called channeling. It's called channeling whatever. And so I break all the mysteries out of all of that. And I take the mysteries, but it's really you doing it. I'm just providing you with the tools of how this works. So, in getting your answers in 10 minutes, I love this, is that I agree in this moment of my life to make the commitment to heal myself, no matter what. no matter what. That has been my mantra, no matter what. So when I showed up in Arizona in 1997, I had my last $50. Remember, I told you I was for alimony. Blah, doesn't matter. But I made this commitment that that $50 is the best investment. And here is the difference. There was no cost, even though I lost everything, but I gained everything. I gained myself. And you can gain yourself without gaining weight. So remember, the wait is the wait for something to happen, but you are the one that makes it happen. Your body is so brilliant, and it has stored all these experiences. So when you get out of your thinky left brain and you connect it to the right brain, your body's intelligence now begins to take on life. Life your live and live your life. And so in this experience here that I wrote, you must be willing to let go of your belief systems, not wronging them, but if they're harming you, if they are affecting, effecting, and infecting you, then you have to ask yourself, why would that allow it? So here's some of our belief systems where our family has it. On Scott, I don't have anything my family has. That's their deal. You are not your family. That's why I'm writing this book on DNA. I cannot wait. But the fact is, it is so brilliant of all of you involved in this project, thanks to Kira, that you can share your knowledge. It is your wealth, and it is all the health of others who connect with you in that resonance. Because everything that you are sharing, everyone can read it. They know it's coming from your heart. It's not coming from your computer brain. And the more wealth that we share, our health gets better. And that each one of us gets to be a conduit of information. And here's a good one in wordology. Information means in form, a form at your ion cellular level. So you have to be really clear, what form of information are you taking in that's going to serve you, that is going to allow you to be healthy and to be yourself, because your wealth is your health. You can have all the money in the world. And believe me, I had lots of money before. I even used to fly my own airplane that I bought. It's not about that. It is about if you are not healthy. And in this book, there's going to be all kinds of tools and information. So I'm so grateful to Kira for this fabulous opportunity to share, because it's in the sharing, not the telling. Maybe that's my name is Sherry. I don't know. But it's in the sharing of the information, not the telling. And that is the best part, because your body resonates. It feels it. And you know when it's from your body and it goes outside of your body. So this field can be called a neuro. It can be called an electromagnetic field. It can be called a bioenergy. Everybody would like to own it, but you know what? It's just a field. It's a field, and not just a field. It is your field, and what is from the inside comes outside of you. You know, I clear properties, and I've run into, I can't even tell you, I've got knockout and drag out fights with like icky poos, but you know what? You are sovereign. And they all leave because it's not their timeline. So when you are living in the current moment, I don't live in the now, because I don't know what the heck the now is based on. I don't. But if you're living in the moment, that's so. You can say this here. Here's knowing at my deepest knowing. I can't change the past. I can't. It's 1 second ago. But I can change my future, and it's 1 second from now. So every moment, every day are opportunities for what I call newness. If you like what you're creating, then expand upon it. But if you're not like what you're creating, without blaming you, that's be lame, crippled, or shaming yourself, and you don't have to do that. You just did the best of what you could with what you knew and didn't know. So let's just move forward. And I'm going to show you something physically, because remember I showed you what these cells look like, and they were pretty, oops, this is the perfect cell. This is clear, and this is how it got clear. This is the idea of what a light body really means. It really means that you got lighter. So let's say this is a cell. I do this for clients. This is a cell. and you're 6 years old, and I tell you you're stupid. Are you going to believe System Me? I'm the authority figure. Or are you going to believe in yourself? You're 6. You're going to believe System Me. And so a molecule, a stupid molecule forms. Isn't that the coolest? Not. And then it starts filling up your clear cells in your left brain. That could be part of your respiratory system, part of your lymphatic system, which nobody pays attention to. It's my favorite system. Or your digestive system. When they came out with IBS myself, eyeball, whatever myself, unbelievable. So it went from Crohn's to this to IBS. Oh my God, isn't that fabulous? But anyway, let's get back. So this molecule is filling up. It starts filling up your cells. This is how disease gets started. And it can take many years to manifest itself because your body is so intelligent. It knows. That's why I ask, when did it start? Ask yourself, when did it start? So let's say you're 16, you go to work for McDonald's, and we're taught to take it personal, and the boss comes in and says, this is stupid. Wow, it gets bigger, it gets bigger. And now you're going through life, and it keeps getting bigger. So let's say you're 52 and you went to Harvard, you went to Wharton Business School, you have a doctorate in finance, you are on Wall Street, you are sitting pretty, you are a CFO of a Fortune 50 company and a 7-figure income. You are rocking it, and you're 52. And you walk into the board meeting, and there on the desk is your report. And there's the CEO and the board members, and says, your report is stupid. Wham! How old are you? 6. And this could be a stroke. This could be a heart attack. This could be the culmination of the cancer. This could be all of it. Got it? So it's all based on emotionality. And who's running that show? Your 6-year-old. So that's the part of getting resolution. That's the part of getting resolution for the solution. You cannot have a solution without the resolution. And it doesn't mean you did anything wrong, because you got to start judging yourself. Stop judging yourself. Stop making yourself bad and wrong. Let go of that karma lessons and reincarnation stuff. It's old paradigm. And then when all this comes out, guess what? The body is lighter. There's actually a weight. When you leave, you're 13 grams. Where did it go? It's you. You're 13 grams. And so assisting people when they're in that transition, where you leave is where you pick up. Where you leave is where you pick up. That's how you bought into this karma lesson reincarnation stuff. But if you are within yourself, then you get to choose. Here's another wordology. Choose instead of decide. You know why? Because a decision is really made for somebody else. You're stupid. No, you're not. That was their opinion. Remember, how you're treated is how you give people permission to treat you. It works that way. It's the circle of life. It goes on a spiral. Not this loopity-loopity, doopity-doopity. Oops, I did it again and again and again. So when you begin to get within yourself, in that connection, your body is ready to be healthy and healed. It doesn't matter what your age or stage is. It doesn't. What matters, and to let go of that now, because if that now is based on 6 or in the womb or 12 or 15 or whatever it is, your body doesn't know. Your brain doesn't know what time it is. And your body is going, would you get off that clock? Would you get off that clock? Your body knows. Your brain is just hanging out. And that's why we call this involved conscious evolutionary revolution. Create that revolution within yourself without being revolting. So it's involved conscious evolution, revolution within you. And that's what evolution is. It's evolving. You can't change the past. It's 1 second ago. But you can change the future. And it's 1 second from now, by not dragging all that stuff forward, or with all the people or events or whatever. Go to a reunion, class reunion, go to a family reunion. We're not judging it in any way. Go to a funeral wedding. What are most people talking about? The past, so-and-so said this, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's over. All that matters is the matter of your heart. The matter of your heart. So this is a gift for all of us in this collaboration. And that's what it's about. Collaborating. Not being separate, not somebody's better or worse or whatever. It's the collaboration. But when you begin to collaborate with yourself from the inside out, this is how your cells begin to look. Instead of that other way that are icky and sticky and yucky and whatever. Your body is that infinite intelligence and intellect. So here, Neo, I choose to be Neo, not emotional observer. That way, what anybody's spewing. So when I've cleared properties or rooms or whatever, you can't believe the stuff that is stuck in there. Not even from your timeline, but from other lifetimes or other time frames. But you know what? This is the only one that counts. This is exciting. Your body is so smart that 38 of my clients, I have found them on Wikipedia and Google because that information came out as cellular memory with names, dates, not necessarily famous, but still was able to find them. And some of them look exactly the same. Doesn't matter about gender. They look exactly the same. One of my clients actually is a daughter of one of the first presidents. Not going to say who it is. When we Googled it, looks just like her. Changed their clothes, you couldn't tell the difference. So your cellular memory holds all of your experiences. And by the way, your Akashic records are in your spinal column. You store everything. The spin of all, spinal. The disc. Oh, how metaphoric is that? That is why I love sharing this information. That is why I love teaching the Intuitive Powers Practical Application courses. I've got one starting in May, 24th, 25th, and 26th. That's 20 hours. This is not about selling. It's about you, whatever tools that you choose, whether it's acupuncture, massage. I have a great massage therapist. She's actually a Chinese doctor. I just love it. Whatever it takes, because now we're back. Everything you do in life, if you look at it as an investment, not a cost, your life will change. That is why you came here, to create the experiences that you're choosing to create and have your experiences, relationships, everything. That's what it's about. Experiencing the experiences that you choose to experience, not to come and be sick and miserable and poor. And you know what? Poor is a state of mind. It is not about the money. Money is a tool. Money is a tool. So when I've assisted people as an intuitive business coach, because I have many, many years as an entrepreneur and in the corporate world, and it's about you. It is about your abilities that you have inside of you, which are just unlimited. You are an unlimited creative being. You are God. You're not a God, but you are the God within you. And you are not less. Even the idea when we say that we're less. And one of the key issues, and say it with me, I am worthy. Say it, I am worthy. And I have worth. I have worth. And I am valuable. And I have value. I am valuable. And I have value. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here. You came to be the multi-dimensional you. You are not a single, you're a singularity. And people say, well, I can't be multi-dimensional. That's not the truth. Through my own healing within me and creating the Anshara method of accelerated healing and abundance, I have tapped into my own self. I teach people this, how to remote view, how to bilocate. And I actually have been cited across the planet to clients. It's hilarious. It really is. But the fact is, you are a multidimensional being, and you can bilocate, and you can remote view, and you don't have to do it in the vein of fear. I'm going to give you the biggest tip if you would like it. And if you don't, it's okay. If you don't accept it, it's okay. Fear is lack of information. That's all it is. Fear is lack of information. And the practicality of that is beautiful. It is not false evidence appearing to you, unless you're on investigative discovery. I love those shows. I'm telling you, I could have been a profiler, so some of my clients tell me. It is not false evidence unless you're framing somebody. Fear is just simply lack of information. And here I'll give you an example. I had a client call and said, my husband would like to go hot air ballooning, but I'm afraid of heights. And I'm not going to let him go. I said, wait a minute, excuse me? You are not going to let your husband go hot air ballooning because you're afraid of heights? I said, the chances are of you falling out of a hot air balloon or him is like 0 to none. He could get killed walking across Bell Road or Scottsdale Road or whatever. And I said, you know what? They give you champagne. I've done it a few times. It's fabulous. And don't look down. Just look out. Just look out and see the beauty of this planet. And she said, Sherry, I thought you were on my side. I said, I am, but it's going to fester. You're only in your 40s. He's going to wake up at 60 if he even wakes up then. And he's going to be really mad and angry. And you just kick something into a bucket list when he could do it now. Why wait for a bucket? Well, guess what? 2 weeks later, she called me and she said, guess what? And I knew what you were going to say. I started laughing. And she said, I went hot air ballooning and I loved it. And I didn't look down. And I loved it. She goes, I'm going to do it again. I go, how'd you like the champagne? She goes, it was fabulous. So you see, fear is lack of information. And the more information you have, the stronger you are, the strength that you have, the more viability that you have to create your life, how you choose to create your life. It's as simple as that. In my experiences, it was like 911. I was 3 years old. And then, in the belief systems, and when I was married, and I didn't really want to get married. I'm not against marriage, honestly. I was too young, but I was kind of forced into it. I had to get married and wasn't praying, but I had to get married because that's what you did. And so I created a near-death experience and smashed up a brand new Corvette. Oh my God, it was beautiful. I went through a cement block wall, took down a 40-foot evergreen tree, and just popped out. And the next thing you knew, I popped back in. I'm going, oh no, not again. And so then I did it again in 91. Only I really did it that time. But you know what it taught me? That we all have this ability when we have this support. First, it has to start with us. How you're treated is how you give people permission to treat you. So the more support that I gave myself, the more support I got. Even though I got here with $50 in 97 and didn't know anybody, that was the best investment, wasn't a cost. So all that stuff I had, it's okay, it's replaceable. But you're not replaceable unless you would like to do, oops, I did it again, go out and come back and, wait a while and come back. Or not. So your body is so fabulous. It is amazing. And by the way, if any of you are interested in being a sponsor or having a booth or whatever, we're doing this. It's called Unlock Your Internal Healing Code, Your Cellular Memory. And I'm doing this with a doctor, cancer doctor in the Valley, who called me and said, God, I love what you do. Your class has changed my life. And he didn't come to me for that, but he even says it on video. He said, it's really amazing. So we have room for sponsors, even speakers that would like to get up and share their knowledge. Because I'm telling you, all your courage and bravery that each of you had to write your chapters, to share your knowledge. This is how we change the planet. This is how we create a new earth. This is how we create connectedness. It's not through separations, for them, against them, whatever. It's the connectedness of the heart. And you're welcome to choose this. I use allness because it's in allness. I take it from oneness. Now, I'm not running oneness, honestly, but in allness, we're all connected because we're all unique. I couldn't get that we were all the same because we're not. We absolutely are. And in allness, it gives you the uniqueness to connect. So I call it in heartness, the essence of the heart. And the allness of me and the allness of you in the connectedness. And that's the beauty. That's how we share information. You know what? It's so time to give up those lessons. They are so boring. Because is the war in Mesopotamia the same as the war in Iraq right now? Or in the Roman times, or the Greek times, or the German times, or the whatever times, or the Irish times? You know what? Human means the hue of man and woman. And so it's really time for us to come inside ourselves, to be inside ourselves, and to look within, to connect within to our own self. Because within you is a vast knowledge of information. And by sharing that information and connecting to the allness of all of us through heartness, what a difference. I am so grateful to be a part of this project. I am so grateful for these NDEs I created. I'm telling you, I met the most incredible beings or people or whatever you want to call them, and I've never had a bad experience ever. I am so grateful that I got out of my computer brain, and I'm so grateful in that study that I have a computer brain that is so connected. It's so funny and it's out of place. Offline maybe, I don't know. But the fact is my body has the tools to heal myself, and you do too. And again, it doesn't mean you're cutting out your practitioners or your coaches or whatever. It means now you have a team, because you are a team of information within you. You have all these systems and you're all multidimensional. Or otherwise, and people say, no, I'm not. Well, you're eating food, digesting, getting rid of waste, keeping the stuff that's good for you. That is very multidimensional. So we got to get out of being a single into singularity and begin that connectedness. Begin that connectedness. And so I would love for all of you to take advantage of this free gift if you go to sherryanshara.com, and I will be happy to call you and we can chat for 10, 50, whatever it is. It's amazing what can be accomplished. So you just have to, I look forward to talking with you. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like you all to sit back and close your eyes. Just close your eyes and let's do a fabulous meditation right now. So let's close your eyes. And just breathe in deep and blow it out. Breathe in deep and blow it out as we connect deep within you in gratitude and gratefulness and thankfulness to myself for my willingness to be my greatness, for my willingness to feel and see within me that my prosperity and my abundance and my affluence in my life comes through my influence. Yes, your influence. And I am willing, no matter what, to create the life that I require, desire, and absolutely deserve. I am an incredible being. My knowledge is expansive, and I'm choosing to get out of my head and into my heart. My heart is my real brain, so that I can create and implement through my body, create through my female, implement through my body, manifest through my male side, and through my heart to actualize. Those are the 4 letters of Yahweh, of God, to create through the body of Christ, your clarity of consciousness to implement, through your male side to manifest, and through your heart to actualize your life, whatever that is that you choose to actualize each and every day. And say within yourself, I am worthy, and I have worth, and I am valuable, and I have value. And I am here for many reasons. And I choose that resonance of joy within me. I love being happy, but my resonance is joy. I am joyous. And from my body, I send out this resonance of joy to those that I come into contact with. My family, friends, even frenemies, and strangers. And I am one person that makes a difference in life. That's why I'm here to say it. I am one person that makes a difference. And I am here to be the difference for myself first and to share my knowledge and my unconditional love and even deeper total acceptance of myself. Total acceptance of myself for who I am, because who I am not doesn't matter. In gratitude and gratefulness and thankfulness to myself, I completely accept myself and love myself unconditionally. It is the acceptance that makes the difference. Namaste. Namaste. And how does that feel to each of you? How does that feel to begin to connect? I don't have to do 911 anymore. I don't. I'm done with that. But what I am is being my own self, and you be your own self. And in that self of yours, you have the most incredible knowledge. But allow yourself to access it. And never be afraid, because fear is just lack of information. And if you have weight issues, let go of the weight. And it will make a difference. Be that within you. You know, in one of my near-death experiences, I met the most incredible 12 beings. I call them the wise guys. They can't help it. I lived on the East Coast for a couple of years, so they were the wise guys to me. And what I learned from them, what I gleaned from them, and from that every day, yes, it was unconditional love. But as I said in this meditation, it was total acceptance. Total acceptance. It didn't matter what I said. And believe me, I was not really happy about it. They said, you're going to get back in your body. And they taught me about the contracts. And I love freeing people from the contracts. And you know what? I bought a pin yesterday and was going to wear it. And it says freedom. Oh my God. And it's all sparkly and rhinestoney. And that's my motto is liberate your life. Liberate your life. It's your life. Anybody, you're not to a crazy glue. But what you can do is be supportive of yourself and others. So again, I am so blessed to be part of this. I thank Kira, I can't tell you how many times. And I'm so looking forward to next Saturday. And I am going to wear some boots. I'm going to wear boots. And I'm going to wear my cowboy hat and fringe. I'm looking forward to it. So just know that your information in this book will make a difference, even if it was just one person's life. And then that person will make a difference, and that person will make a difference. And that is the spiral. It's not this loop-de-loop-de, and it's not this It's the flow, it's the particle wave. You are a quantum being. And I trust you will enjoy the chapter. And I actually would love to hear some comments from you on that chapter, getting your answers in 10 minutes. Even if you tell me I'm full of baloney, it's okay. I won't take it personal. And that's the other thing, is that I will complete with this. Don't take anything personal. This is how you personalize it. So if somebody cuts me off, if I took it personal, I go, wah, 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 and then I'd be crabbing to somebody at Safeway or the bank and then getting them all riled up. So I'm just grateful they're in front of me, not on the side of me or behind me anymore. And I personalize it by not taking it in as the non-emotional observer. Because the energy inside you, which energy is only a byproduct, that's all it is. It's a byproduct of either your belief systems or believing in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, you're not going to jump in to the trauma dramas. And I'm going to give you one little tip that just cracks me up. You know what caller ID is for? You see that number come up and you go, oh no, ah. But now you can see that caller come up as Neo, pick it up and go, hi, how are you? And they think they have the wrong number, because we all know each other's scripts. We all get into those conversations. They know what you're going to say, you know. But when you break that band, which is quantum physics, it's really amazing. Then everybody can start connecting deeper and clearer and more comforting and more supportive. And then nobody has to fix each other. But what we can do is participate and use everybody's gifts and talents and tools to support each other. So this book is a fabulous tool. Again, I'm so grateful. Please go to the link for a free 10-15 minute session or whatever. If you have any questions, my website is up there. My email, sherry@sherryanshara.com. I would love to have any feedback on it. And again, be blessed. Blessings in all ways, always. Your answers in 10 minutes or less. And let's stop the 911s and let that be over. So go out and just be you and be blessed that you picked you picked this body, you picked this experience. If you love it, expand upon it. And if you don't, then change it. I'm Sherry Anshara, and I am very grateful to be here today. So blessings and always, always from my heartness and the allness of me to the allness of you in the connectedness. Thank you so much. And go out and rock your life and have the best experiences that you created. Bye.